Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian own nothing, control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listen, replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the vault. We're doing the episode. Gold is at $3,000. I definitely wanted to say we were going to do an episode. I know you all like the logo. Thank you all for hitting the like. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe if you haven't. This episode here about Golden, we got Golden Republic in the house. We have Jerome McLean. Really excited and thankful to actually bring forth this information. Once again, one of the suppliers has supplied trustees. So appreciate all the trustees that actually listened to the last episode with Golden Republic and Gold We Trust with Jerome. Feel free to go back and listen to that episode in Gold We Trust from the vault. Definitely thank you for coming back again, Jerome. Appreciate you big time, man. I definitely want you to hop in. Jerome actually has brought together a presentation for us today on goal hitting 3,000 and possibly somewhere where we could see it go forward from here. So, Jerome, you there?
Yes. Hey, how you doing? Thank you, Christian, for having me once again.
Always, man. Always appreciate you. Appreciate you big time, man. You've been a big time supporter and as well as supplier to trustees. So if you all as trustees want to feel free to reach out to Jerome, feel free. But we're just gonna go ahead and let Jerome present the information first and then hop into any more quality Q&A in the episode. But Jerome's brought forth for a presentation today that we knew he was gonna bring forth based off of the goal hitting $3,000. So I really want to just kind of let them double down on the points, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen gold go from 2,700 or yeah, pretty much from like 2,500 for a long time now to hit 3,000. So not a long time, but actually in a few years. So asset classes don't take that long. It's funny, Jerome, just to let you hop in and pivot into you is thinking about how when people say, "Oh, something is too expensive," that's what they used to say about Bitcoin. Yeah, at one point they'll say that about gold. So what price is that, Jerome? Is 3,000 that expensive price? Is that the price where, oh man, it's a little too pricey now. It's too late for me. Or feel free, Jerome, feel free to hop in, man. How are you?
Hey, all right. So the price of gold since I've been in it since like 2017 with the half charter within this presentation, it's going to show within the numbers, and we'll get to that point. Um, so my thing is, one of my slogans is the best time to buy gold was yesterday, but now is I'm just going to say when I first started dealing within gold and bullion, gold was around about $1,207 an ounce. Now look at us where we're at right now. We'll do a little math here on in the future within the presentation as far as calculating how much a gold bar was at that price point and how much it is now. But and then we can also talk about the forecast of where it's expected to go within the next year and then the next uh, by 2030. So once again, my name is Jerome Kane. I'm the owner and CEO of Golden Republic LLC. Thanks again, Christian, for having me. Um, going to give you a little overview as far as what we're going to talk about today. We're going to get the intro. We're talking about gold, insights, products and data, why gold, and the purchase process. So, Golden Republic was established in 2017 and later incorporated in July 2020. Uh, we are a buy, sell, and trade wholesale company responsible for more than over $50 million worth of business. Um, about gold, gold is one of the oldest forms of currency and goes back as far as 2450 BC in Egypt by Egyptian alchemist Zoosmos. Gold is thought to have produced in supernova nucleosynthesis from the collision of a neutron stars, though it has maintained its value for centuries. Throughout the history, it has been used as a form of currency and a store of wealth. Unlike paper currencies, which can be subject to inflation and devaluation, gold has a track record of preserving purchasing power over time. And it has held significant quantities by central banks around the world as a part of the foreign exchange reserves. It serves as a form of international currency and is considered a reliable store of value. These gold reserves provide stability to a country's monetary system and can be used in times of economic crisis. All right, so gold insight. So with the gold, there's carats. We have carats of gold, weights of gold, and value of gold. So with the carats, there's different carats. You have 10 carat, which is 42% pure, 14 karat, which is 58% pure, 18 karat, which is 75% pure, 22 karat, 92% pure, 23 karat is 96% pure, and 24 karat, which is 9999% pure. The weight of gold comes in grams, troy ounces, and kilograms. Troy ounces is actually 32.15 grams. That equals a kilobar gram. And the value of gold is based on the market price. So, example, spot price. This is dating back as September 10th, 2023. The price per gram was 61.70. The price per ounce was 19.12. This is back in 2003. And price per kilogram was $61,700.89 based on the 24 karat purity. So this do a little math here. A kilobar of gold right now is, let's see here. So right now the market is at $3,036 an ounce. Now it's gonna cost $97,635 for per kilobar. That's over $30,000 profit just from holding gold, increasing in value. You just consider long-term investment. But hey, some of the products that these are examples of the products that gold traded and bought by Golden Republic. We have the American Gold Eagle at the $50 US dollar value, 1 ounce fine gold. We have the Canadian Maple Leaf, the Pamp Swiss Lady Fortuna. We have the Kilo Bar. We have the carded Valcambi Swiss, and the carded Pamp Swiss Lady Fortuna. As you can see, front and back. This right here is just, we're talking about inflation. It is an annual rate of inflation due in the U.S. Federal Reserve printing $548 million per day. You're losing between 3 to 4% on your buying power if you're not invested in anything that earns interest or brings in profit. The U.S. dollar has been taken. They're trying to take the U.S. dollar out of the world trade circulation by Brazil, Russia, India, China, Saudi Arabia, and 18 other countries, causing the value of the dollar to decrease even more. And this is the plan to bring. They're trying to plan to bankrupt the U.S. dollar to zero. And currently we're going through the tariff wars with what was it? Mexico, Canada, China. Why gold? So if you look at on the far left side of the chart, gold's return on investment. So, like 2017, gold was at $1,207 an ounce. 2018, gold is at $1,354 an ounce. 2019, $1,531. 2020, $1,961. 2021 went down a little bit, $1,898. 2022, $1,995. 2023, $2,053. And right now we're at $3,032 an ounce. Just from these numbers, but based on this year, average return is 7.78%. And over the past 5 years, gold appreciated about 36%. So, but up to date, gold has appreciated about 38.24% since December 2023 and increased by 15.73% since the beginning of 2025. Now, it's expected to trade at maybe 31.95.64 in the next 12 months as of March 2025. The global inflation is estimated to be around 5.8%, which is a decrease from 8.7% that was peaked in 2022. But let's see here. It's just and why gold? The historical value of gold has maintained its value for centuries. Throughout history, it has been used from a form of currency and a store of wealth. Unlike paper currencies, which can be subject to inflation and devaluation, gold has a track record of preserving purchasing power over time. Diversification. Gold serves as a value or diversification tool in an instrument portfolio. It is typically has a low or even negative correlation with other assets classes like stocks and bonds. This means that when other investments are maybe performing poorly, gold can act as a buffer, helping to stabilize the overall portfolio. Hedge against inflation. Gold is often seen as a hedge against inflation. When inflation erodes the value of the fake currencies, the price of gold tends to rise. This makes gold an appealing asset during periods of rising inflation or economic uncertainty, and it can help protect the real value of an investment. The global demand. Gold has a wide range of industrial, jewelry, and investment uses. Its demand is not limited to one specific sector or region, making it a global recognized and traded commodity. The, this broad demand can contribute to its stability and liquidity in the market. So this is the website. If you guys just um, want to look more as far as on my website, www.goldenrepublic.co. Purchase process, we have competitive pricing, safe and secure, fast and discreet delivery, and Golden Republic is a company that cares. We also, one thing that I also learned is, the forecast to go. One thing that is, go to Google. Do me a favor, go to Google, go to Chat GBT, go to AI, and ask the question: what are the forecasts, or what is gold going to be in 2024, or what is gold going to be in 2030? You'll be surprised at the numbers. So, from what
Well,
I found out,
it's not that it's going to become unreachable, quote unquote, price wise. Is it necessarily? Talk to us, Jerome. Is it going to become unreachable?
so just imagine looking at gold when we first started in 2017 at $1,207 an ounce. Oh man, that's a lot. Fast forward, gold is at $3,023 an ounce. Wouldn't you rather buy gold at $1,207 an ounce? All right. So now it's gonna from 2023 went up to, it was $2,053 an ounce. So now it's at 3,032. So that's roughly $1,000 per ounce, correct?
Right,
So that's $32,000 of equity you could add in a bar of gold, given if you invested, correct?
right,
Forecasted gold is supposed to increase to, let's say by the end of 2025, 2026, to 4,000. That's still like a $993 increase, correct?
right,
Which is another 30,000. But it's expected to go anywhere between $5,000 to $7,000 per ounce in the next year coming. It could go higher than that, depending on what the tariff wars we have going on, and the economic stability that we have going on right now. So you ask yourself this question: would you rather buy gold right now, $3,032 an ounce, or buy it at $5,000 an ounce, or $7,000 an ounce? You know,
Correct. That's awesome. Well, all right. So what are some of the deterrents or like major reasons why people either are going to buy or not buy?
I think it's a state of mind. You know, um, some people don't understand that you're not buying gold; you're converting your money into an appreciated asset that is expected to grow. That's building wealth in your portfolio and within your life. So you got to be kind of disciplined and understand what you have to put aside and what you're actually doing. You know, you're not making a purchase; you're investing. You know, so
Isn't that interesting?
it is. Some
Because you
people,
think about it, it's like, 'cause if that's how people look at it for a house, they would say, "Oh, well, they would be like, oh man, I'm trying to do this for the house or whatever. I'm gonna get a house, and it's gonna be it's an asset." But in all actuality, it's not.
yeah,
And it's like, man, that sucks because if you just looked at it as converting your money, that would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. I'm converting my money, even in a house situation. If you convert money over in a house situation from cash to a house, but most of the time, most people are spending money. They're not really. It's not real investment because the appreciation is just like what we're talking about here. So the reason why would gold be better than buying a house?
first of all, you can actually um gold. You can actually pick gold up and put it in your pocket. You know, you can probably put $300,000-$400,000 in your pocket and travel and go somewhere else. You can't do that with a $300,000 house. You know, I can't speak on the real estate market, but I have done my research as far as uh, the ex the forecast value of gold. So you know, we've seen the market crash. What was that, 2008?
Yeah. And it's interesting because people think the market is going to crash right now. Well, if the market is going to crash, don't you think it's time for you to hop in there right now and go ahead and if anybody can say that do you think you should hop in now?
Oh
And
yeah,
like you
definitely,
said, the best time to buy it was yesterday. So it's not a
exactly,
question of whether you should be getting it.
exactly. And gold we trust, and the best time to buy gold was yesterday. So you know, even if the market goes down a little bit, I've been watching the gold market, the commodities market, for years now, and every time it reaches a high breaking record, it may go drop down a little bit, but it always goes back up and surpassed it. So let's say gold stays at the same price right now within 12 months, right? You're still gonna have that same buying power. You're still saving 4%, 4 to 5. Global interest rate was 5.8%. It's probably gonna be more than that now, given the tariffs. You know,
Well, it's interesting you say that buying power, so many people don't understand the importance of buying power, and this is something that actually helps you retain your buying power. Would you agree?
exactly.
That's the
The
thing that people have to realize. It's more about buying power. That's one of the things one of the mentors was saying the other day, and I was just thinking about that. Like, man, it's so important. It's kind of hard to replace buying power when the capital that you're using, if it's losing value, you kind of have to make it a point to do that. What we're talking about, you have to make it a point to maintain some buying power as you build your businesses throughout the years. You have to. It's no easy way about it. No if, ands, buts about it. It's no easy way about it because you can store it in many different ways. We were talking about art the other day, and even the gold in the form of art. So it's various different ways to even store the gold at one point. So that's pretty exciting, man. I definitely appreciate you coming on, Jerome, and giving us your wisdom and your knowledge about the gold, because this is something we've seen you pivot and actually take the reins and continuously grow with this. And so Anything else you'd like to share with us about this gold and just where you see it? Maybe, it's always cool to make estimations, going in towards the end of the year. So if you could, man, that'd be awesome to share with us any potential, anything that you could see as a potential, price for the end of the year here, actually.
I think probably my expectation, the way it's growing, by the end of the year, gold is going to be creeping up on maybe close to maybe $4,000 an ounce, or a little bit less than that, given on the forecast and the growth rate from I've been watching. You know, because it's on average since the past 2 years, it's been increasing by at least $1,000 an ounce per year. Um, let's see here, and if you go to let's see here, I think around 2030, what's that? 5 years from now, it's gonna be. Chat GBT said it's gonna reach around $5,194.
By the end of the year?
By the No, that's by 2030. By the end of the year, I think uh it's probably gonna get anywhere between 3,500 to close to 4,000 by the end of the year.
Yeah, that's what I see for sure.
You know,
Nothing
so
crazy, but definitely that.
there's definitely some equity. I mean, you got to think about it. So how much you're hedging against inflation, and you have an appreciated asset that's by multiple sources forecast to increase within a year, within the next 5 years, by thousands of dollars. You know, um, what I'm saying is the best time to buy gold was yesterday, and then gold we trust. Listen, you don't even have to buy gold for me. I'm just saying right now, if you have a source, buy and hold. Buy and hold. You can reach me at www.goldenrepublic.co. Um, but hey, that's
Appreciate you. Definitely goldenrepublic.co. Definitely appreciate all the trustees that have actually purchased some gold and definitely understand the importance of holding the assets outside of getting other assets and thank Jerome for being available and actually supplying and definitely appreciate the relationship. So thank you so much, Jerome, man. Look forward to people reaching out to you. Look forward to them actually getting going. And if they have appreciate you all and your support. Appreciate you all. Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, it's Christian at trustchristian.com. Looking forward to trustee training or anything of the sort. Still want to reach out to Jerome. Feel free to reach out Christian at trustchristian.com, goldenrepublic.co, and look forward to hearing from you guys. Peace and joy.